Questmonster da? Was denn? Leonora und das Herman? Leonora and Herman, I think? Her old comrade from a Silver Whale naval convoy? Seems like he's mellowed out quite a bit. Dr. Reen, fancy seeing you here. I take it you're all back on the move? Huh, sure went out of your way to come out here, huh? Honestly, this is just a happy coincidence. I take it you two got here on that bike. Look familiar? It's yours. We grabbed it and two others to make our gateway when you were fighting in front of Graal. But they all ended up having their own share of problems, and in the end, we just kind of let them sit. That's when they came to me. Gotta admit, I wasn't thrilled when Leonora asked me to fix them all up for free, but after all the trouble I've caused this gal, I wasn't about to tell her no. So I ended up asking a workshop tied with Clyde & Co. to handle the repairs. They just finished them this morning. I wanted to make sure there weren't any more kinks to work out, so we took it out on a little test ride, and now here we are. Man, that's quite the story. And yet, an escape on a fleet of stolen motorcycles followed by a free tune-up sounds like a very Leonora adventure. Yeah, I'm just glad I've done right by her right now. I'll ship the other two bikes to you once I get back to the shop. They're all yours, Dr. Reen. Enjoy. I'd be happy to, but don't you think you'd get more use out of them, Leonora? Not really, to be honest. Besides, if I ever need a bike, I can just make Herman lend me one. Hey, says who? And so Reen and the others headed off to load the orbital bikes onto the Merkaba. Oh, Leonora. Brand Campus. Leonora helped rein in Herman, whom she served with in the Silver Whale fleet. Her skills have improved since those days. Mal gucken, oh ne, wir haben tatsächlich kein Update über sie bekommen. Okay, obwohl wir eigentlich eine ganze Menge über sie erfahren haben. Schade. Aber, da sieht man, es ist gut, dass ich immer die ganzen Dinger, wo neu dran steht, erkunde. Das Vieh ist da oben, das heißt West Convoy. Ah, gut. Bike.
Let's get going.
Perfekte Möglichkeit, mal das Bike direkt zu nutzen. Dann fahren wir nochmal da hoch. Muss ich eigentlich auch alle Monster haben. So, bevor ich da hochgehe, will ich gucken, ob ich jetzt hier mal rein darf. Okay, ne. Schade. Ich vermute mal, dann wird der Weg wahrscheinlich auch gar nicht mehr in diesem Spiel befahrbar werden. So, wo ist denn jetzt das? Ja, bestimmt nicht das Monster hin, was wir suchen.
This one might be worth my time.
Galleon Force.
Unforgivable.
Not today. Sure.
Battlescope.
It's my turn.
Und Battlescope.
Yeah.
Let's go. Behold now.
Now.
So, zack. Ouch.
Not today. My turn. Yeah. It's my turn. Let's go. Yeah.
My turn.
Let's go. Sure.
Ich kann nochmal hier Galleon Force machen. Gerade eingefallen, das haben wir glaube ich noch gar nicht voll gesehen. So sieht's aus. Like flach.
Not today! My turn!
Ja, Ragen, das breit bitte einmal.
Behold! I got this.
Warum ist das Vieh so stark? Swap,
Tag out!
Leave it to me.
Yuna, Axel Breaker.
This is it.
My turn. My apologies.
Artina,
I'll handle it.
Arcadius Gear.
Now.
I'm up! Shit!
Ugh. Damn. Here, it's off balance. I'll assist.
It's my turn! Tuh!
Puh. Der Kampf.
My turn.
Ich dachte, ich hätte schon alle besiegt. Ups. Ersten Kunden lief dann die beiden noch weg.
Alright, nice work.
Der Kampf war schwieriger als ich dachte. Gut, so, zack.
Alright, got
99 für
I must continue
94,
to train.
96. True Azure Cleaver.
I
Nice.
must train even.
Yeah, I did it. Stats updated.
Sehr schön. Sehr viele Level-Ups. Und das Monster und das. Und noch ein Bonding Point. Oh. Was haben wir hier? Wien und Altina. Ja, ne, wie gesagt, ich werde die alle zusammen machen. Old Lamar Road in der West Lodge ist noch irgendwas. Hello, Edel and Sandy, you here with her? It's Dr. Wien, it's so great to see you again. Well, if it isn't Wien and his friends, you're all looking well. Though I suppose you were when I saw you in Orders too, so that's not surprising. We were just talking about you. Oh really? You really have a knack for showing up just when we need you, Edel. It seems like you always know exactly what we're up to. Oh, I merely connected the dots. I already knew that there were Source associates in Orders at the time. So, all I needed to do was reach out to the branch campus students. While you were busy infiltrating the city, nothing special really. Nothing special, she says. I'd heard you were working together with Vincent and some of the other alumni, but I had no idea of the scope of your operation. Well, Edel family is kind of a big deal around here. They're popular with the other nobles and beloved and trusted by the commoners. Regardless, it seems like things are really beginning to escalate. I'll be staying here with Sandy and the other members of Source to gather information. We're behind you all the time, so don't give up. Thanks, we're glad to have your help. Oh. Edel knows all kinds of people from all walks of life, and she still tries to gather intel to help her old friend from Source. I'm going to search for information on Vivi and our other missing allies. Things are finally starting to get serious. Patrick and Ferris were there then. Perhaps what? Oh no, nothing to worry yourself over. I just have a couple of extra things to investigate. This lodge is outside of the army's surveillance area. Go ahead and make yourself at home. Du irgendwas geil kaufen kann. Aber wir können hier durchaus mal ein bisschen aufruhen.
This is nice.
So. Alster und aus dem Gilead Basin. Was beinhaltet die Quest? No, we can't them to see. But this mission constants here. Okay. Wir gehen erstmal nach Alster. Gucken, machen dann die Quest und gucken, ob aus Gilead Basin mit eingeschlossen ist. Falls ja, perfekt. Wenn nicht, dann gehen wir danach dann nochmal separat hin. can't believe it. Green, oh wow, it's been so long, but you look a little different. Good to see you. It's good to see you again, Kai. You too, Gasco. Sorry, I know the new look is it's a little jarring. Oh, don't sweat it. We already heard about what happened from Sandy. You're still the same person who saved us from the Jaegers 2 years back, but not going to change. I'm glad you feel that way. Things have been rough for the workshop lately. A lot of our goods have been seized by the army. But Anya and the boss will work something out. We'll get through it. That's right, and anytime you want to drop by, we'll always be happy to see you. That's too kind of you, thanks. The relief to see Alster is the same peaceful little town it's always been. But even this place hasn't been able to totally escape the war. Perfekt, das will ich doch direkt haben. Ja, schade. Ja, gut, das sind ja nur nicht viel. Aber hey, immerhin. Gerade mal. So. Was haben wir denn hier Schönes? Irgendwas? Nö. Okay. Sunny Spot in. Da war ein Dalmatiner Doggy. Doggy ist was anderes. Oh my, you're the famous instructor at Sandy School, aren't you? I've seen you in the papers, but you've got quite a different feel to you in person. Well, a lot's happened, so sorry that was a strange thing to say to someone I just met. I've been really looking forward to meeting you, since my daughter is enrolled at the Brand campus. Things are tough right now, but if you need anything, just say the word. We will, thank you. Wird auch nix. Dann können wir Alster mal weiter. Da unten ist dieses Tillery. Hier wird als letztes sind das ja dann auch die Quest. Na, die denken alle immer noch dank dem Fluch, dass Olivers Wunsch ist, dass sie in den Krieg ziehen, ne? Wenn die Oliver wirklich kennen würden und der Fluch nicht wäre, dann wüssten die, dass das exakt das ist, was Oliver nicht wollen würde. Wie gesagt, ich bin mir immer noch nicht ganz sicher, ob der wirklich, er und der Radiant Blade Master und Tovel, ob die wirklich tot sind. Bin mir ehrlich gesagt nicht so sicher. Ich meine, Crow ist vor unseren Augen gestorben. Entsprechend, und er lebt noch. Rutger ist gestorben und lebt noch. Arian Road ist vermutlich irgendwann gestorben und lebt wieder. Okay, schade, ich dachte, ich gebe eine Szene mit Ruin vielleicht. Also von daher. Und da haben wir halt alle überall die Leichen gesehen. So. Aber bei Oliver und dem Radiant Blade Master nicht. Was für mich ist sowas immer ein gutes Zeichen. Ja, was heißt gut? Das ist immer ein Anzeichen von, hey yo, der ist nicht tot, wenn man keine Leiche sieht. So, was willst du? Welcome. Oh. Well, eyes aren't mistaken. Good to see you all. Looks like you came after seeing our request, right? Wow, I'd heard the stories, but that hair, those clothes, that is now most look like I've ever seen. I'm glad to see you look well. I could say the same to all of you. What the hell are you guys doing back here? Are you here because Sandy called you up or something? Yeah, the Modern Music Club met up in Raquel to share information. And right about then we got a ring from Sandy. Figured we may as well come over seeing as we are in walking distance. I was hoping we'd be able to do this on our own, but I'm sure you're aware of how that goes. The only thing though is that a few key components are completely busted. Right, we thought that Kai and Gasco, the town's best engineers, take a look at it. It sounds like repair just isn't an option. these parts need to be replaced entirely. You said in your request that it just needed to be repaired. You want us to be your goofers and run around finding all the parts, is that it? Well, I wouldn't have ordered it a bit different, but yeah, pretty much. If you have the time, would you mind stepping in to lend us a hand? Of course, definitely. We'll help out however we can. Thank you. We really appreciate it. I can't begin to tell you how much this means to us. I'm kinda surprised to see you use an old hunk of metal like that for anything, honestly. Trouble's brewing, huh? Yeah, times are tough. The military is requiring liquor for the troops so they can relax. We need to produce a large amount of that, but on the other hand, the general population's looking at a sudden shortage. Even in darker times, Steinrose has some very loyal customers out there. The demand is great. I'd do anything to figure out how to mass produce it. Dad's conscription tours for a loop. He's usually the one in charge, but now he's running the brewery for the military. We have to keep our quality high, but our checks often result in production speed dropping. That does sound difficult. That's why we brought out the old distiller. It might not be cutting edge, but if it helps supplement production, then why not? As you heard, some of the key components are beyond repair, not producing a single drop in its current state. There are 3 parts in particular we are having trouble getting. The first is the pressure valve. It's used to lower the pressure in the distillation still. Next, we have the cooling coil. It's a tube that efficiently cools vaporized alcohol to turn it into a liquid. And last but not least, the large pump gear. It's one of the best parts that transfers the refined alcohol back to the storage tank. Thanks. I think we got a good idea of what you need. Good idea? Man, do you even know where we can find these things? I sure so don't. Ash may be impolite, but he's not incorrect. I don't think we will be able to procure these items easily. Just so you know, you already went to both the workshop and exchange shop and Raquel looking after this part. No luck at either, I'm afraid. But if you check in with Mr. Dreit from Palm, he might just be able to help you with the pump. Can I say for sure though? Nothing really comes to mind for the pressure valve, I'm afraid. It doesn't seem like the kind of part a traditional workshop would carry. It'd have to be a workshop with state-of-the-art equipment, and it can't be on the Imperial Defense Forces radar either. It seems that cooling coils are also used to refine perfumes and pharmaceuticals. That's all the information I have for you. I have no idea where you could find one. Well, if we put our heads together, we might be able to come up with a few potential locations. That's a good enough start. Thanks a lot. We can make it happen. Let's get it done already. Let's get started. Fantastic. Thanks again. Good luck, you two. Brandy Recognition. Diese Wortspiele. So, ist irgendwas noch hier? Nein. So, war das in Palm? In Palm soll auf jeden Fall irgendwas Hilfreiches sein. This is the workshop where Pablo used to work. Mind if I ask you something? Yeah, just like Pablo expected. I've got some right here. They used the municipal water wheels after all. Here you go. Large pump gear. Alright, how much? Don't worry about it, just take it. We've got to help each other in times like this. Besides, if Pablo's involved, I don't want payment. That's very kind of you. But pretty nice of this guy. Jetzt die Frage, was war das? State of the Art und Pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals. Herbalist, Home. Schade. Das war das erste, woran ich da denken musste. Ja, und das wäre tatsächlich der nächste Stopp auch gewesen. Wegen State of the Art Zeug. The Own Village Workshop. They make all kinds of tools here. Maybe they'll have the cooling coil value you asked for. Excuse me, could I ask you something? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got some first. After all, they're a vital part of making medicine, perfume, and all that good stuff. If it's brandy you're making, you'll want the biggest one you can get. Here, this ought to do it. Helix pipe. Put that wallet away. This one's on the house. You're an important guest of the Elder, after all. Thanks. I'll definitely return here as a customer if I need any help. A nice old geezer, ain't he? You'd never guess it by looking at him. Wow, Ash. Okay, das ist jetzt aber blöd, weil ich dachte eigentlich, dass wir hier das andere Teil kriegen. Dann State of the Art. Und ist nichts in Raquel. Alster auch nicht, Miss Sante bringt nichts. Titus Gate. Vielleicht. Oh nein, oh. Oh, blöd. Natürlich ist nicht auf dem Schiff. Back of the Merkaba, Wien and the others quickly gathers on the bridge. They then proceeded to discuss the new information that Toa had acquired. Wollte ich eigentlich als letztes machen. You have got to be kidding me. I was worried what the Imperial Defense Forces Administration Marcus Hyam's absence might lead to. You are right to worry. Meet the new interim supervisor of St. Ark. Marcus Wilhelm Ballard. Wow. Uncle of the former Duke Cayenne. My granduncle. Guess that greedy old mongrel got his grubby hand back in the henhouse, huh? Ash, remember, he's still a member of the nobility. Though I am inclined to agree for the most part. Selling out to the government to further his own prestige again, is he? As if that buffoon hadn't caused enough damage in orders. I could have sworn they'd kept him under house arrest after that whole debacle at the Imperial Provincial Council. It's clear the government decided otherwise, frankly speaking. Yeah, apparently he arrived from Heimdall with 2 guests in tow. One of them a member of Source and the other a member of the Imperial family. No way. It's almost identical to what happened in Orders, play for play. There's quite a number of students and personnel of the branch campus whose whereabouts are unknown. But we've only got so many Imperial family members running around. Yeah, there's only one person it could be. In any case, that's all the information we currently have. We'll have to sneak our way into St. Ark, the capital of Sutherland Province. Then you're taking the 3 of us with you, me, Kurt, and Allie. Agreed. We've already been to St. Ark twice now. Plus, I spent most of my childhood in Sutherland. I'd like to see for myself how things have changed. Well, in that case, I might as well come with. The Ragnar Fortress isn't too far from town. I might be able to find out more about my dad and the 4th Armored Division. I feel like me and Sarah should tag along too. The guild has a temporary branch there. Might end up helpful. Agreed, but we can't both go. We've got braces operating all over. One of us needs to stay back and be a liaison. I see a point. We can decide for sure when the mission starts. Team's looking pretty solid. Now to get cracking on how we're pulling this thing off. Would it not be simpler to teleport in from the witch's village and infiltrate from there? Actually, we can't use that route right now. There's something strange going on with teleportation stone in Southeast Nia. Probably a disturbance in the spirit veins, if I had to guess. Suppose our landing point will just have to be up to our discretion then. I'll begin searching for candidates. The rest of us can start preparing in the meantime. Let's get to it, everyone. Ja, ich werde speak to sie. Yep. Please note, yep. Ist gut. Ich weiß. Jetzt lass mich meine Nebenquest weitermachen. So, welche Palm? Titus Gate hat. Nee, auch nicht. Warte mal, gibt es hier vielleicht einen Hinweis? Cooling Coil Pressure Valve. These are produced of modern factories and workshops. Factories, Workshop, Modern. Raquel sind die ja nicht. Die haben ja gesagt, Raquel nicht. Geht trotzdem mal dahin. Wie ist es jetzt doch Raquel? Okay. Was denn, wenn es, warte mal. Wir hören hier auch eine Orbital Factory, aber das wird ja wahrscheinlich nicht, oder? Doch, tatsächlich, ich war doch hier richtig. Brother Riuna. Remarkable workshop. The equipment here is totally state of the art. I should see if they have a pressure regulator valve. Sometimes the exact thing you need is right under your nose. Pardon me, could I ask you something? Green asked Brother Riuna if he had a pressure valve on hand. A pressure valve, huh? As a matter of fact, we do have some. They're for a ship, though I don't really know much about them. In any case, here you are. Thank you very much, you're a lifesaver. So how much do I owe you? Oh no, there's no way I could ask any more of you. By all means, take it, I insist. That's extremely generous of you, thanks again. Just another thing we got our own Warzone for, I guess. We got everything we needed now, right? Yeah, let's head back to Mirio and the others. Alles klar, Alster Steinrose Distillery. Oh, you're back. Have you brought the parts we asked for? Yeah, I hope we got the right ones. Green handed the parts over to Pablo and the others. Let's see here, pressure valve, cooling coil and a large pump gear. Cannot believe it, but you worked another miracle. That's kind of their thing, isn't it? Thanks a bunch, Ash. Whatever, press it on you guys. Just leave it to us. This is my chance to show off my engineering skills. I'll show you what Class 9 is made of. I'm going to give Gasco and Kai a call, as a precaution. They began to distill brandy, partially as a test to see if the still had been properly repaired. After a few trial runs, it was distilling brandy like it had never stopped in the first place. That was a surprisingly easy fix. What a relief. I don't know how to thank you. Working in a big group makes things easier, doesn't it? I don't think it's how many but who. You guys from Source really do anything. You might be a bit on the younger side guy, but I gotta say I'm impressed. Yeah, you're quite the engineer. I'm looking forward to seeing where you'll go from here. Absolutely. Well, baby step first, right? You all really made a solid team, you know that. Damn, so each distillation takes like 10 hours, right? Right. It does take a certain amount of time, for better or worse. Not that it matters much to us, Ash. Or have you forgotten we're not old enough? How could I forget when someone reminds me every single time? On that note, we've actually prepared a sampling of our signature beverage for you. It's our way of expressing our gratitude. Anyone of legal age is welcome to some Steinrose, of course. We prepared some delicious grape juice for those who aren't. It's some of our best, I'm really delighted to say. I'm not really a juice guy, but whatever, I guess. Grape juice it is. Ash, you really would do well to learn some manners one of these days. That's so nice of you, thanks a bunch. It was just the working search for the parts. I would appreciate some of that juice now, please. Let's try to keep our heads about, shall we? Everyone had an excellent time with an age-appropriate beverage in hand. Mirio and the others offered their thanks once more when the group left the distillery a short while after. Tja, kein Alkohol für Ash. A shell? I come to take a look at Oliver's hometown, and who do I see but the famous Class 7? Fresh from Steinrose Distillery too. I can smell the lovely aroma from here. Any other time and I'd go pick a few bottles up. I'm sure Cathy would like them too. But I can't afford to be spotted. Not yet. I hear the Ashen Chevalier's got some sharp senses. I'd better go before he notices me. Wetten, er hat dich schon bemerkt. Natürlich. This feeling. It didn't feel malicious. Maybe I don't have anything to worry about. Natürlich hat er es bemerkt. Zween. Mit der Power of Friendship and mit